Good morning and welcome to another This Might Hurt. Happy Thursday to you. We are freezing here in Albuquerque this morning. Actually, I had to start my car again this morning for the first time in a while. But I guess it's that time of year where you're not really sure if it's going to be warm or cold. It'll probably get up to about 75 today. So the sweatshirt I'm wearing will probably have to be changed into a t-shirt, but that's okay. That's okay. We will endure, right? We will endure. So, we have a Friday the 13th tomorrow, I guess. I didn't even realize that was coming until I got a text from my sister-in-law this morning. And no, I'm not married. She's my ex-sister-in-law, but actually we call each other our sister outlaws, which is kind of funny. But anyway, yeah. Cute little story for you this morning. Let's get the energies for today. Excuse me, that had to happen. All right, energies for today. We've got the Nine of Cups. Just doing the things that fulfill you, doing the things that make you happy, and being in the flow, right? Look at him. He's just completely in the flow, and he still looks like Mr. Miyagi to me. You know, the wax on, wax off. The things that we're doing to train ourselves to do that particular thing. This is kind of what we were talking about yesterday. If you think about the Karate Kid, he trained him how to wax the cars, right, and paint the fence. And he was actually teaching him how to use those skills and build that muscle memory for something bigger and better in the karate, right? So I tell my clients all the time, the things that we practice, or the things that we want to learn, we practice with the little things until we build that muscle memory. And then the big things come along, and suddenly you have the skills that you need. You don't have to practice on the big things, and you do have to find the thing that fulfills you, right? Find the thing that fulfills you, and know that your mastery of that thing is going to serve you well in other areas of your life. Because the things that we learn don't always just apply to that one thing. We got a slew of cards. Let's see how they fell out. So we've got the Four of Swords in the reverse. So getting back, the swords are falling out, right? And she's sleeping with one of them. But the Four of Swords is about that rest and relaxation and getting rid of the solitude and the feeling like you're unsafe, right? So this would be like locking the doors when you're not even sleeping in your house, right? So some people do that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I don't do that. So if I've gotten to the point where I'm locking the doors when I'm awake, then I'm feeling very unsafe and I'm kind of wanting to push the world out, which would be the Four of Swords in the upright. But this is starting to feel safe again, safe to come out and venture out into the world, to the Ace of Wands, because some parts of you are still kind of thinking about things in the old way. You haven't really been able to see it from the other perspective yet. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a thing, right? It's just something we have to notice. But for some reason, and I'm going to look it up on the keywords, but the Ace of Wands in the reverse is blocked creativity. Or maybe it's burnout. Okay, yeah, maybe it's you're tired. You've done the things, and maybe it's time, you did the practice, and now it's time to come back out into the world, and maybe it's just time to give yourself time to play, right? If you're burnt out on the healing journey. And Temperance in reverse. So that would be like maybe not filling your cup, rather. Extremes. So this would be the extremes. I'm either too mad, or I'm too happy, or I'm too sad, or it's some sort of intense emotion and dysregulation, which can come from burnout, right? And this is where we need our self-care. This is where we need to take care of ourselves and just let ourselves rest, but also stop overthinking it, right? So when we think about when we're doing the rest and relaxation, we're reflecting. But reflecting can turn into overthinking really fast. Really fast. And maybe you've been really focused and in the flow of practicing the skills. Maybe it's time to just see if the muscle memory's there. Kind of relax, give it a minute, right? Take a beat. Advice for today is Ace of Pentacles. Renew your resources, right? Renew them. There's some sort of tangible opportunity for you to take this energy and turn it into something good. But go out and play. Go do something fun. Just go stop. Just stop. We get on this spiritual healing journey, and we get a little overtaken by it. And we forget that we came to art school to have fun. right? At some point, there needs to be some fun involved in what we're doing. We practice the things, and they're fulfilling, right? They're fulfilling us, and we're reflecting, and we're doing the things. We're feeling a little safer now, but it can still cause burnout and emotional dysregulation. You know, you have to go and renew those resources. That's that self-care I was talking about. Actually, kind of want to get another advice card to clarify that. Not something I usually do, but tell me about this Ace of Pentacles. How is this renewal of energy supposed to help us with our energies today? Ace of Pentacles. Tell me about this Ace of Pentacles. Ten of Cups in the reverse. So, Ten of Cups would be the happy wife, happy life card, but I'm going to look this one up because I don't want to get this one wrong. But it's fragile harmony, unrealistic expectations. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to hold people to a higher standard. Maybe it's time to get them to put their money where their freaking mouth is. And bring the new energy to the situation, right? Maybe it's time to say, you know what you've been doing is not okay, right? Maybe it's time to set some stronger boundaries, to demand some level of respect that you know you deserve, right? The subtle disrespect that is happening is not okay. And it's okay for you to say that it's not okay. Bring a new energy to it. Bring more, and not defensive, but assertive, right? Not bullying, but, and not even really defending. Just stand in your truth, right? Use that throat chakra. Express yourself. Express yourself in a healthy way. Quit. You know, you might feel burnt out over the situation. You might be feeling emotionally dysregulated by it. Bring a new energy to it. Bring a new energy to it and bring some assertiveness to it. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. I love this one with the sunflower, right? Writing her own story, right? She's mastered it. The thing that she's trying to master has been mastered. I know the Queen of Wands is not usually about mastery, but it is confidence, right? It is creativity and it's balance. Balance the situation. If you're feeling disrespected, balance that out. Go demand your respect back. And maybe that's not even from another person. Maybe that's just from you, right? People have a funny way of reacting to situations, and myself included, right? I can lean towards the passive-aggressive communication style, and I have to work really hard not to do that. And because I work really hard not to do that, it jumps out at me. I can see it coming a mile away when people are doing it. And then it gets to where it's almost comical to me. I almost laugh about it, because what is the point of being that petty, really? Because ultimately that's what passive-aggressive is. I don't have the emotional capacity or emotional EQ to speak assertively, to set proper boundaries, or to handle a difficult conversation, right? All I can do is kind of throw side digs or those kind of things. So Queen of Wands does not. Queen of Wands stands up and she speaks her truth, and she handles things with grace, with assertiveness, with respect, and with self-love, right? Look at that sunflower staring back at her. Honoring of self, right? And then once you do that, guys, because your inner child, your shadow, whatever you want to call it, even though I think they're different, but some people don't, but the inner child will start to trust you again because you're defending her or him, right? And you're valuing and you're respecting and you're loving and you're doing the things that your caregivers maybe couldn't do or wouldn't do when you were growing up. So, yeah, I mean, it's the same patterns over and over again, right? But we're practicing new skills. And so now we bring that new energy to the situation and start demanding the respect that we deserve. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. You guys take care. We'll chat tomorrow.